What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of The Fight Chapter. I'm Matthew Leishing, boxing trainer, promoter, and gym owner. And today we have a very special guest, Wade Wheatpix Hammond. Everyone that knows me, we know how far back me and Wade go. Wade is obviously a former professional fighter. He's a trainer and now recently promoter. Welcome, Wade.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Matt.
Nice to have you, brother. I know you're a very busy guy, so it's great to
I'm just privileged to be on the show.
Also,
I can't believe I got the call up.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Boy.
I made it.
It's our time now, boy. It was funny, but having you on my first podcast. Me and you, we've been together in this game for 15 years, and actually, if I think back on it, you've been at. If you've been my first, we've had like our first experiences in the fight game a lot of times,
Yeah.
You fought on my first promotion ever back in the day, 2014. You were at my first gym. I signed your first professional boxing contract with you. So it's
from the get-go.
Yeah, I don't think people realize. I remember 2011. I was part of a gym in Harrington Street. It was one of the first, I would say, fitness white-collar boxing gyms in Cape Town. It was called Harrington's Boxing Gym, and they changed it to ECB. And I remember I used to be a trainer there, and Wade used to come there 2011, 2012. He used to catch the train and come into the gym. It was crazy.
I used to catch the train with fake ticket stubs. I used to find the ticket stubs on the floor and then just use those. The oaks at the gates never used to check. They just used to be like, I can go.
Yes,
but I remember
crazy,
that.
Yeah, man, we used to train together there, and from there we went to the next gym, and I remember I did my first show. It was at a gym called 360.
I remember,
yeah. And it was in 2000.
Was that your very first show?
My very first show ever.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
2014. And I remember I had Chaz fought main event, and then you fought that night. And it was funny. I look back at the photos, and because Wade was the oak those days, you know what I mean? So used to put him on my show. Used to sell a lot of tickets, and then I look back at the photos. It was 12 years ago. And the front row of Wade's fight, it was Sia Kulisi, Damien Delendi,
Skara was there. I think Skara was there. There were 2 or 3 other guys, but also when I fought at PFC, also the one PFC when I fought, I think it was Ashley for the title. Remember they were all a lot of them were there.
Yeah, literally.
Lots of them.
And then back then I wasn't the guys weren't. A lot of the guys weren't.
Not that big yet. Yeah.
And then it's like a photo with me and Sia there. And I'm like, didn't even know who this guy was. And then I'm like, geez, wait, these are used to come watch you, brother. It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. Like we went through all. I mean, if I think about our history, I must have trained you for 40 fights, 30 fights.
At least. Look, I used to come to you that time, like you were talking about at ECB. I used to come to you for boxing training to help me with my boxing. I remember one of the first times you watched me spar, you were watching, and then you were like, why don't you jab? So I was like, what? Jab? You're like, why don't you jab? So I'm like, I don't know. Why was I jab? For what? And you're like, and you don't move your head. I'm like, move my head. Because then you won't get hit.
You were pure kickboxing or Muay Thai.
You're like, it was like a Muay Thai style. You're like, you don't move your head at all. You'll get hit less. So I was like, okay. And then that's when I used to start coming to train with you. So I think that was, I was still... I don't know what year. I think that was 2011, 2012.
2011, yeah.
So then, that time I was still fighting K1 as well. And then when I stopped, then I came. You said you can get me a few boxing fights also.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped and fought a couple of boxing fights, and then went back to kickboxing again. That was what year? When I came to you fully, that was 2014, 2015. More than 50 fights, easily. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Probably 50 fights.
And Wade obviously introduced me to the world of kickboxing, and like we won kickboxing titles together, which was awesome.
I think all my kickboxing titles you helped me win.
It was awesome. And one of my biggest memories is my first time I signed professional boxing contracts. You were part of that team.
Yeah.
And we were happy. I never forget Commando at his show. Okay, now that I look back at this, he gave us a contract. We were like, bring us anyone, we'll sign. And then I looked at the contract, I'm like, 1,500 rand.
1,500.
So I'm like, Wade's like, 1,400, bring it. We were happy.
And I still didn't make weight. They took off like 40%. I think I got, my mom's like, because they paid into my mom's bank. I gave my mom's bank details. My mom's like, your money came in. I'm like, how much? She's like, 750. I was like, yes, 750.
We listened to that. 750 for.
I was so excited. Yes.
And then as I got in the game more, and then I realized the minimum wage from Boxing South Africa, it's 1,000 rand a round. So that promoter,
he was robbing us.
Robbing me. 1,500 rand for 4 rounds.
That's crazy.
Obviously,
they're getting like less than 900 rand, around 850.
Yeah, literally. So obviously there was a sponsor paying him a
he had a huge sponsor. So he had a huge sponsor. Jeez, like.
So he had 10 4-rounders there, paying them 1,500 each and pocketing the rest.
15 grand for his tournament.
And then he pockets 80. And that's how we got into the sport, you know. And you know, it's like what's nice is like we learned it the hard way, you know.
Yeah.
And I think now
went through a lot of adversity.
Yeah, you know, went through a lot of adversity, wins, losses.
And it never actually. It shows that it's a real passion and something that we love, because it never took us off the path that 100%. We wanted to. We just carried on. No matter what it threw at us, what the game threw at us, we just carried on.
Exactly.
Fine, this is what we love. This is what we want to keep doing. And now, I mean, look at your promotions now. How much you've grown the sport and the opportunities that the youngsters have now to fight. Geez, like if I wish I could fight at a promotion like Fight Island back then.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like we warmed up in a tunnel.
Yeah.
Like back in the day in a tunnel with chairs next to us and stuff.
Yeah.
Like not chairs next to us. I'm saying on top of us. We had to warm up like. It's crazy. That was 4,500 rand.
And that's the thing. So we've been in the worst parts of the sport, and that's when I realized I'm like, nah, I'm changing this. You're like, no, we're changing this, you know. And I mean, that was still the beginning, and we had so many fights together. And you fought on all my promotions. You fought on Fight Island. You fought on my local ones. We fought on nearly all my promotions, and you know, you became such a big name in Cape Town and such a big ticket seller, which was, you know, great for your brand, great for me. So we have besides our friendship, you know, I'm sure people in the fight business know we're best mates and all that, but I don't think people know our history, you know, how far back, you know, and also
and how we came about and how we and what we've done together, or not done together, but what we've witnessed together, like you say, from the start.
Together. You know, like, you know, for us, we might not have reached a world stage or like, you know, but the things we've been through, what you've been through in the fight game, very few people, that stuff can't be taught.
Yeah, true, 100%.
Pure experience, you know. But one thing I wanted to ask you, out of all our years together as a you know, trainer, fighter, what memory stands out to you the most?
There's a couple which I can't choose. Okay, the first one I'll give you in no particular order. The one. I had a fight. It was just an exhibition fight at one of your shows. Just an exhibition fight. I think like a week or 2 weeks before we were sparring. I threw an overhand. I hit the guy on top of the head. I was like, yes, this is hand. Yes, like, but I'm not going to say anything because I know Matt's going to be like, just, I don't know, just ice it or whatever the case may be. Anyway, I'm trying to train. I'm hitting. I'm like, yes, no, man, this thing's not lacquer. Anyway, I go for X-ray. I go to the doctor. Doctor says, you broke your hamate bone. It's like one of these small bones in your hand. So he says, so what now? So I say, so what now? So he says, well, your hand, it's not your hand broken, but your hamate bone is broken. So I say, well, I have a fight in 2 weeks. So he's like, well, you can't.
Yeah.
I say, well, that's what you think. That's what you think. I can. Anyway, so I messaged Matt. I say, listen, I came to the gym. I said, listen, Matt, my hamate bone is broken here. And you know what Matt says to me? Use 2 reps. We're going to use 2 reps.
I remember that. I said,
we're going to use 2 reps. I'm like, okay, cool. This is why I didn't want to say anything. That was the one of them. The other one was, I remember at a gym we were training at, there was a little treadmill next to the gym, like right against the gym. The ring was almost against the wall, and there was a treadmill in the space. And Matt was, I think it was like end of the day. So a lot of the times we would train, and then I would come in like, I would come with another boxer, Dylan, so it was like after work hours. And then I think Matt was just full of the day, just training clients the whole day. And then we would train, always get the short end of the stick. Exactly. And Matt was like, I'll go warm up on the treadmill. And I'm running on the treadmill. You're like, I'm coming back now. I'm just on the phone. When I'm done on the phone, then you can jump in and shadow. I'm running myself, flip and pop here. Eventually, I'm still running. I check, everyone's leaving. I say to the other boxer, where's Matt? He said, Matt left, bro. Went home. I'm like, what? I'm sweating. I'm tapping with the sweat. He says, no, this one went home. I'm like, nah, man. Yes, I could.
But I think I did that a few times.
He's like, yeah,
guys,
hit the bag. I'm gonna come. Yeah, hit the bag till I come back. You did that at your first the first Madford gym in Bree Street. Hit the bag till I come back because Smokey made you upset.
Yeah.
Just walk in. You're like, you're gonna hit the bag till I come back. Left, went home. I was like, yes, this is so. But I already knew. I said, this guy went home. And then the last, the other one, you bought new wraps, and Matt was excited about his hand wraps. Yes, he's like, wait, I got new wraps, lacquer wraps, these. And then I don't know if it was the tape was too sticky or it was pulling or something. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
The tape between the fingers, it was like pulling the actual wrap. It kept pulling it back, killing it back. And we were like, oh, well. And we just went with nothing.
The tape, it was different tape. It wasn't
it wasn't the right tape.
As I slid your
glove on,
the
pulled
tape
it
broke.
back or something.
So literally,
it
went on top of the head. Yeah, and then you're like, Matt, the
I could
wraps
feel
are off.
nothing. And it was that old BSA gloves, remember? Go like this, you feel like a...
I don't even want to talk about PSA's gloves back then. Not PSA, the promoter. Yeah, no, it was some great times.
There's so many memories I can think of, but that's just the ones that it was, because it was so funny at the time, and like, we were just also like I said earlier, we're just, it's what it is, man. It's part of the game. We go, make the most of a bad situation.
You know, and I think a lot of people don't know your career, Wade. Like, they don't know what very few, there's not many fighters from Western Cape that have fought the amount of guys you fought, the amount of fights you fought, kickboxing, boxing. Even now recently, as we're getting a little older, we're not old, but as we're getting a little older, you went on an amazing professional kick K1 streak where you got, it was 4 fights, I think it was four fights in a year, 4 top guys. I think you won a title too.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. Your career and how, what it means to you, and
Yeah. So basically, when I came back, I decided, and I fought at Grand West when I fought at Luan. Remember?
Yeah.
I fought Leon Vent. That was the one where I was coming back, the first one coming back. I was like, I want to try again. One more time just to try, because I've always been like on and off, because my biggest issue is my partying. I love to party. Everybody knows me. That's my issue, and I'm not saying this is what you should do. This is what you should not do to the younger fighters or whatever. This is what you should not do. But anyway, I thought I'm a bit older now. I just had a lighty, I'm a bit more. But my head's a bit more in the game. Anyway, that was the one fight. I won that fight. Then I was meant to fight again. But there were no opponents. It was meant to be for a title, for SA title. But there were no opponents, or the champion was injured or something along those lines. Then I fought this, and then Don said, okay, let's have a pro fight. And I fought Timothy.
Yes. But Timothy was the rematch, I remember.
Yes. So that was the rematch now for the recent one. But anyway, that one also, I still hurt my foot. Remember, I was sparring and I kicked the oak on top of the head, and I had bone bruising. So I don't know if you've never had bone bruising before, it's worse than a broken foot. I still told Wade Kaspai, our physio, said, Wade, remember, this foot is screwed, it's broken. And he's like, no man, it's not broken, did this, movements, whatever. And he said, you got bone bruising, but it's worse. It was so sore. Anyway, so I lost that fight because I wasn't running, I couldn't kick.
I want to touch on that fight. That fight was one of the first times I cornered you for a Muay Thai fight. It was me and Don cornered you for a Muay Thai fight. Now, when Wade fights, it's obviously, there's a lot of emotion in it because he's one of my best friends. So, but obviously, naturally, I want to put the guys, Wade, in a fight, and I don't want him to get hurt, obviously. So he said, no, he's taking this Muay Thai fight. It was myself and Don's event. And then you were injured also, but so like, let's just take the fight anyway. Because one thing about Wade, he doesn't turn down a fight. There's people, you get guys that fight and they get fights that suit them. If I say, Wade, you're fighting King Kong, you'll be like, let's go, brother. I'll be like, he's like, I'll do a 3-week camp, bring anyone. You know what I mean? Which is, don't get many guys like that anymore, but it's also, I have to protect Wade from himself.
100%.
So in the ring, Muay Thai is not my game, So this oak lands an elbow and then cuts Wade. Then he's bleeding and whatever. So I wanna put pictures of this fight up on this so you guys can see. So then I'm like, okay, Don's a Muay Thai world champion.
Don's not
it's fine, leave it.
That's shouting. We must stop the fight. We're gonna stop this fight.
Yeah,
the blood.
That was after like the fourth cut.
Yeah.
So then the next one, boom, cuts CBK8. And then but Wade's landing good shots, but this guy's got elbows.
I was working on the inside and he was just slapped. But then
so then it was
cutting, hitting those elbows. Yeah.
How many cuts were
I had 3 cuts. I had 17 stitches from the fight. 17 stitches, 3 cuts.
Yeah, so it was 3. Was it not 4?
3. No, there was one small one here also. It was here. I had 1, 2, 1 under, and then on the other side also.
Exactly.
There was 4 cuts.
So it was in the last round, and then Wade had 4 cuts. There was just blood pissing down.
This one here was hanging like. Check out the picture.
I say, Wade, Don, give me the towel. I grab the towel. Wade, Don grabs it back from me. No, you're not throwing me the towel. I said, fuck this, I'm throwing you the towel. Wade sits down. It's the second last round. And then I'm like, no, wait, I'm stopping this. You're like, don't stop the fucking fight. Then I say, okay. So then I just literally take Vaseline and I plug these holes. Plug,
all of them.
And I hold it.
There was no blood after it. It was thumping down.
We'll show you pictures. And then Wade gets up. He's like, I'm going to fuck this soak up. Get out my way. Next round, he fucking, and that was one of my biggest memories in our career. And you don't get many fighters like that anymore. I think a lot of guys talk the game. But when you get 90%, in that situation,
80-90% of those
exactly. So
that's a real what a real fight is. 100%. When you're facing so much adversity, like why do you have to go on also?
100%.
Why must you go on? I could have just been like, I didn't have a good camp. My foot, because I wasn't kicking. Even in the fight, I was just holding the kicks in because it was hurting. Yeah. Just be like, it could have been an easy way, like you were saying, I'm going to stop and be like, oh, well, Matt stopped the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
no, Matt stopped the fight. Why?
And
go out on your shield.
Exactly. And besides that, you came back and rematched him and stopped him.
Yeah, exactly.
When you went injured, which is,
That was not I would say probably the best memory for me, or the biggest highlight was because I was still feel I got robbed from that fight, in that fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, it is what it is. But to come back and just to show, I know I can beat this guy. I know I can beat this guy. And then I stopped him in the second round.
It's a big mental burden, that's a big mental obstacle to overcome.
To overcome, exactly.
And you did it. And that's what a lot of those things, a lot of people, because you're not a very vocal guy about your career, Wade, and you're a humble guy. And that's why, and that's what's great. But that's why I wanted you on here, to tell these stories. But one thing I also I wanted to touch on, which is cool. You're a trainer at MadFit, and we work together at my gym. So over the years, me and you have trained thousands of people, and
all sorts.
And what's cool, like a few celebrities have come through the gym, and I'll never forget. I remember Travis Fimmel from Vikings. He came into the gym, and he was shooting. What were they shooting here?
Raised by Wolves.
Oh yeah, Raised by Wolves. Yes. So then he was boxing with me just to keep him in shape for the film and all that. And I'm like, wait. And then Travis is like, I want to train with that oak, the kickboxing guy. So then I said, Wade, Travis? They're like, who the fuck's that oak? I said, Travis, man, he's
Travis from Vikings.
Then Wade was like, I'm not training that oak. So then I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So then I trained Travis, and Travis was like, I really want to kickbox. And then I'm like, wait, it's the guy, the main actor, Ragnar from Vikings. He's like, oh, okay, I remember him, I'll train him. And then you trained him. And then what was so cool,
the way that we actually got that, I used to sit, because you had a desk at the front, remember? And he'd walk in every day, and he'd be like, hey mate, and I'd just be like, what's up? We never, not for like a month.
I was like,
and then eventually he said to you, while I was standing in the same proximity of each other,
Jesus.
And then he'd be like, do you think I can do some pads with him? And you're like, just ask him. He's standing right there. Just ask him. And I'm like, do you want to do some pads? Let's do some pads.
Yes, and little did we know what an amazing friendship it built up, because me and Wade literally became Travis's trainers.
We trained every day, twice a day from the very next week.
Exactly.
We put a whole thing together, plan together, program and everything.
Yeah, and we made a good friendship with him over the years. And, sometimes with Travis and us, it was more beers than training. But we
balanced it nicely.
Jesus.
Yeah, we balanced it nicely.
Yeah, so even, our relationship also goes past just not fighting, training. We've trained many guys together like that, and one thing I also wanted to touch on is your other friendships. And Wade, you're a very diverse guy. Like, you'll be friends with you're friends with everyone, I remember a lot of, I don't think a lot of people, I'm sure people know, but I wanted to touch on your friendship with Damien Delendi. You guys go way back, and from an outsider looking in, you guys have a really special friendship. Like, how did that come about?
So we knew each other so we actually stayed in the same area, which we think we knew each other from then. We stayed in Summer Greens when we were kids. Okay. Like, I think this was like grade 3 or grade 4, around that time, long time ago. Okay. And there was a big circle. A lot of the kids used to come and play soccer. But anyway, fast forward a few years, we had some mutual friends, and remember Michael Clacker. Michael was in Molnerton with him. And then me and Michael became friends because we used to train together. And then Michael said to me one day, come to touch rugby. Come play touch rugby with us. And then Damien was playing there at the time. And then me and Damien we were just chatting. And then he was like, are you guys going to come? They're going to go out one night. We're going to Tiger or something. So we're like, yeah. Anyway, we went out. And we all hit it off, and then we started getting closer. From then, then we just started getting a bit closer, and then I became friends with Kyle and with Steven, which is his two other friends. They were all in Molnerton together. And then from there, we just kind of bonded and kind of got the same sense of humor and same personality vibe, from there.
It's amazing friendship, because Damien, when you introduced me to Damien, when we used to go a lot to medleys. Now, any millennial listening to this, if you don't know medleys, you haven't lived. You never joined. So I used to go to medleys, and then I met Damien there with you. And we always used to see each other and go out and whatever. And then a few years later, I see him playing for the Springboks.
Matt always used to chat to Damien and be like, And then you came to me like, bro, I saw this is that him playing? I'm like, he's playing for the Springboks.
Rugby. So all those years, I didn't even know he had no idea. Next minute, Damien,
he was on the team.
And it's great that you guys have kept a friendship of how amazing Damien's done and what he's done for our country. It's inspiring. What an amazing world-class athlete.
And he never played like another friend of ours, Dimitri. Dimitri will always tell everybody the stories about him. He never played Craven Week rugby and anything. His father actually wanted. He was a very good cricket player as well. He played Western Province cricket. I think his father actually wanted him. I may stand corrected with the story, but his father wanted him to play. He got invited to Western Province cricket trials as well. But his father was away on work or something like that. And then he said no. He decided to go to the rugby, and that's actually how it started for him. I think that was like, I'm not sure if it was for province or if it was for Ike Tiger. I think it was for province actually. It was after the UCT, because I think UCT is where he kind of got his breakthrough.
Special
when he played
friendship.
At UCT.
And great guy, special friendship.
And then he moved closer. I was staying in Monte Vista. He bought a house in Edgemead, and then we got like very close. We would always train together and see each other a lot more.
So you guys really have a special friendship, and you guys do a lot of stuff back in the day. You used to do a lot of skits with Damien and the guys. What's been like one of the funniest skits you've done, and one of the funniest moments with Damien?
Okay. There was one, it was on, I think Kyle posted it on his Instagram. So it was just after they won the World Cup. 2019.
Okay.
2019. We went to, what's that place in Salem? Is it Route 44, Route 66?
Route 44.
Whatever it was called. So it was his brother's wedding. They did a small wedding in the court, and then they had like a celebration thing there. So it was like the family and close friends and stuff. So it was literally, keep this in mind, right? It's just after the World Cup, eh? Like literally, I think it was like 2-3 weeks after the World Cup. Anyway, so we all standing at the bar or whatever, and they came up with this thing, it's the Webb Ellis Trophy, the World Cup, right? So they came up with this thing, the Wade Ellis Trophy, because they're always saying my ears is so bucked, I'm the Wade Ellis Trophy. Anyway, so now they say, Wade, we want to get Damien to do the Wade Ellis Trophy. Will you do it? So I say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Anyway, now I'm standing at the bar talking. So as I turn around, there's just everyone, it felt like everyone in that whole place was standing there watching. So we got Carlos introduces him, and we got Damian Dianelli to collect the Wayne Ellis trophy. My bro, that one ripped my ears like this, and he pulls it, bro, like, yeah, and he lifts me.
And the whole crowd goes
They going mal, they crying and laughing. I'm like, bro, my ears were red, bro, for like 3 days. I'm like, yo, bro, why must you pull my ears in? I had to make it realistic.
Please tell me you have a video.
I got a video. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
You guys will see it.
Damian Dianelli lifting the Wayne Ellis trophy. Union.
Yeah, it was kak funny, bro. Yes.
I miss those days, those carefree days, bro.
Klop, it was a laugh.
Yes. Another thing I wanted to talk about is comebacks. Comebacks have been on the internet all over these days. The Conor McGregor big comeback. In your opinion, what do you think is going to happen in this fight? Conor McGregor's been out 5 years. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Conor McGregor's been out 5 years. You can see from all the videos, from his lifestyle. Look, I've got no proof of it, but I mean, we can only speculate what kind of lifestyle he's been living and the things he does and so on. He's been living life, like, you know.
We're not stupid. People can see the decline in the athletes.
Exactly. You can see, you can even see in the video, like you were saying to me, go watch the build-up of the UFC. You can see he's not the same.
This
not
is
at all.
the unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
This is people. I don't know if people are going to like this, but this is real.
Yeah,
this is not.
He's not the same, right? He's not the same.
Let's be real.
Max has been fighting the best guys. He basically smashed the current lightweight champion.
Yeah.
He smashed him. He smashed him, right?
Yeah.
So he's arguably the best lightweight there is, okay? On any given day. Could be him, could be whatever. He's the top 3, right? In the division. He's been fighting the best guys, 5 rounders, for how many of the years?
Yeah, I think
he's been hanging with them.
He fought Volkanovski 3 times.
Exactly, and he's been hanging with these guys, right? He's been active.
Yeah,
not
more than just hanging with
5 years ago, right now.
Yeah.
Connor's been out the game for so long.
5 years.
Right? 5 years. He's been jawling, living his best life. He hasn't been training. He snapped his leg.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a fighter that's come back after snapping their leg like that.
You're right.
There's been kickboxing and stuff like all that. I'm sure maybe in Asia somewhere there's guys that fight after. But from the more popular ones, there are Anderson Silva didn't. There's a kickboxer, Tyrone Spong. He never fought again kickboxing. I think he went into boxing only. But also it wasn't really the same. Yeah. I think an injury like that
mentally,
does it do to you? Just messes you. I don't think you can train properly again.
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be in there. So I think Max. If it goes to round 4, I think Max smashes him. Max is going to smash him.
I think so too. I think as much as we love Connor's the king.
Yeah, I love Conor.
Connor's the king.
That doesn't mean I don't like Conor. I love Conor. He's great. He's great. I'm so glad. But even now he's like, well, look, I'm glad he's back. But like, he's not the same. Really,
talking about UFC.
It's massive. It's massive.
Let's not deny.
Sorry, Matt.
When it comes to the GOAT of entertainment.
Oh yeah, Connor's there.
Muhammad Ali. And Conor McGregor. Nobody easily. Must tell me otherwise.
No.
They are the GOATs.
Easily, yeah.
And to put him up with the Muhammad Ali, it's a big, but it's
close,
but it's the truth.
It's razor sharp.
You can't get better than Conor, you know. But us talking as fight enthusiasts and us being in the game.
Yeah, what's going to happen and being honest about what we think is going to happen. I think
I'm on the same page as you.
Max is going to smash him.
I don't think Conor's the same anymore. I think lifestyle over the years. There's only been a few greats that have done this comeback successfully, you know. GSP did it.
But the thing is, GSP never lived that life.
That's what I'm saying. John Jones did it after 3 years. He smashed Cyril.
Yeah.
John Jones is another level.
He's really, for me, he's the GOAT of MMA. Yeah.
He did it. And then in the boxing, you know, you get George Foreman, who did it after 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years he became world champion. Floyd was always in and out. He did it. Tyson Fury, you know, after 3-4 years out, he did it. My question is Conor McGregor on those guys' caliber as a fighter? I think he's close. I hope he does it. It would be amazing for him to come back and KO Max in the first round. It will be
insane. Yeah,
huge.
maybe he's just taking it easy in the training on pads and whatever, and he just
that's what I'm saying. But
comes and sparks Max. You never know. It's possible.
100%.
It's possible. It's a fight game.
But from my opinion, If me and Wade are wrong, you guys can comment tomorrow and give us hell. On Monday morning, you can give us hell.
Tell us we're idiots.
We're idiots, maybe we are. But yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
And another big comeback that's on the cards is Adrian Broner, boy, AB.
Every day he's coming back. Every single day. I saw a thing earlier, just before I came here, they said Adrian Broner taking 45 days off to train. I'm like, 45 days?
Needs 4 years.
That's what I said. I said, who's posting this stuff? Have you Oaks ever trained 45 days? You don't even, a camp is not even 45 days when you've like 4 years. You know what I mean? 45 days. Jeez,
AB, but
anyway, it's sad. AB's also such a sad case. I think he was at the time the fastest 4-weight world champion ever. He was like 21 to 23 or something like that, and just smashing everyone.
Yeah, amazing.
Jeez, and then I think lost with Maidana just shot him back. I think he was so super confident that it just messed him up.
Well, it did that with George Foreman. George Foreman, when he fought Muhammad Ali, he was the most dangerous man on the planet. I think he was 42 fights, 40 knockouts, and he lost to an older Ali. Mentally, he couldn't come back from that. After that, he had 4 fights in one night to prove a point. Then he lost. He couldn't come back from it. He took 10 years off to get over the Ali loss, and then he became world champion. So it happens a lot of guys.
It's crazy.
AB, the Maidana thing, the loss
just messed him up.
What it does to his ego and what it did to him as an athlete. But you know what? Like we're talking about Wade, some people have their prime early. Some people don't achieve 4 weight division world champion
it's like
in their whole career. So if you do it before you're 23, 24, 25...
He did what you needed to do. You were a 4-time world champion.
That's what I'm saying.
Just and the fastest ever. And
champion.
That's not just a 4-time world champion, it's 4 different divisions.
So just becoming a world champion is a lifetime achievement. So
and people also don't understand. They think this is a silly example what I always say. It doesn't directly translate like this, but people always be like, is it really a big difference if you go from 72 to 76 or whatever? So say, okay, take that 1 kg weight there, you hold it in your hand, you punch me with it. It doesn't directly translate. Obviously not, because it's all the weight here. So weight is dispersed through the whole body. But it's just a silly example. I'm like, it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Yeah, if you've never been in there, you don't understand.
Yeah, it makes a difference. As soon as a guy's, there's a reason there's weight classes.
100%.
There's a reason there's weight classes.
100%.
And a lot of times guys will go up and they get smashed and they go back down.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's
going
what
up
happens.
4 or 5, these guys, 5 divisions forward, Manny Pacquiao, 8 divisions. It's mind-blowing.
It's crazy,
It's mind-blowing. But another thing I wanted to touch on, Wade, is now that I think you always, for you, I don't think you're retiring as a fighter. I think you always have the fight in you, and I'm sure if something comes up, like we're always training, but you've transitioned into a promoter, which is amazing now, Tell us a little about WKS and now your new journey as a promoter.
Yeah, so basically, like you say, I'll always have that, always be looking for or wanting to fight, but at some point you have to call it. I mean, I also got a kid now, it's difficult, You're fighting professionally, you can't just mess around like you say, I can't do 3-week camps anymore.
100%.
If I'm going to fight now, it's serious guys that I'm fighting. So I kind of had to look to where I can put my energy into something else, and it's still involved in the sport. And what I want to try and do, what I'm trying to do, is to grow kickboxing, because in my opinion, still the most exciting combat sport that there is. MMA is great, boxing is great, obviously, but if you watch kickboxing properly, and anybody that I've seen watching kickboxing in the crowd, they in awe, they love it. It's my goal is to, but also I'm not trying to just give everybody professional fights, because that's the amateurs these days, they have 2 or 3 fights, they want to fight pro for this, for social media and everything. So I want to try and make the atmosphere or the platform that you're fighting on as professional as possible, so you feel like a star. So I have guys fighting for nice belts. You get prizes if you win. It's not just you fought, here's a medal, thank you, next. You fought, here's a medal, thank you, next. Give the guys opportunity. I have 4-man tournaments. You've been to the shows. I have 4-man tournaments. It's the best guys, the best 4 guys of the division. They fight A and B versus C and D, and winner fights off for the title. And eventually, as I get a bit bigger, then there will also be with these bigger sponsors and stuff, there will be more what's the word? I don't want to say payment, but contribution towards winning. You know, prizes and stuff like that. That's the goal. Guys, yes, but also giving the younger fighters, the guys that are starting out, they're like, "Flip, I want to fight for that belt."
Yeah,
you know,
because you know what it's like.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to fight for that belt. It's not just like anybody you can fight for the belt or whatever. You know, you want to be there, and that's helping also build a proper amateur platform of fighters, so that we can develop proper pros from the grassroots. Exactly, from the grassroots. Because now you have pros that are fighting. You're like, Jesus, Oaks have had 3 fights. They shouldn't be fighting pro.
That's the story. The problem in South Africa, boxing, kickboxing,
across the board,
across
with combat sports. Exactly.
You'll never get on an international level. There are the odd guys that get through to international level without a big amateur background. But the difference between us and everyone else is the amateur pedigree of fighters in Europe, in Russia.
Yeah, we're lacking the amateur pedigree. Yeah,
they got 100, 150 more fights than us, you know. And I think that's not a topic that needs to be that's talked about enough. Is the development of guys. If you don't have the development, we're never going to have the world champions that we want.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So it's great what you're doing, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, the WKS World Kickboxing Series was founded by Andy Sauer. If you know kickboxing or you know combat sports, you know Andy Sauer and Jonathan Ruiz. Jonathan Ruiz in America. He owns. It's called Striking 101. Yeah. It's his gym, but he opens up gyms for his fighters. Okay. So he'll train guys. He's got plenty champions, and then they open up a gym in a different state or a different city or whatever. So they founded it, and that was their whole goal.
Yeah, I see.
Is to grow, because Andy Sauer fought when K1 was the biggest in its prime. Okay. It was massive, and they fought 3 fights in a night. They would fight 3, and it's the best of the world, best in the world. When you won that, Andy's a 2-time K1 world champion,
in the best era.
Yeah, K1 Max world champion. He's a multiple. I think he's an 18-time world champion, but he's a K1 Max 2-time champion. So it's like I think 2006, 2008, or 2004, 2006, one of the two. It's like you are seriously good. Yeah. You're fighting the best guys. I remember he fought like he would fight like Borkau in one night, Masato. You fight those type of guys in one night. The best guys. And that Mike Zambides that Floyd's fighting now. He used to be in that event as well. So those are the type of guys that you fight. It's like it's insane. Yeah. So their whole goal was to also give more fighters opportunities, like younger fighters, and also give the right guys opportunities to develop and get pro contracts. So these guys have been fighting on WKS, you know, over. They've won titles. You've seen them. Okay, you can fight pro on the shows. You know, then they put together big shows, not just because you've got 10,000 followers. Here's a pro contract.
100%.
That's what they don't want.
Yeah, I see. Well, that's the whole idea. Now. And then
exactly.
The whole game gets watered down.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, no, you know. One thing I wanted to touch on is, for me, the Usyk and Rico fight. It's happened a month or 2 ago, and people are getting over it. But I haven't gotten over that fight because when we were in the gym, Rico, obviously, you know, he comes from a kickboxing background, and I said to you, wait, you know this Rico guy? He's fighting Usyk. You said, Matt, this oak's not a joke. And I said, please, man.
Yeah, but I still thought, look, he's not a joke, obviously. He hasn't lost in 10 years. He's the king of K1 in heavyweight. But I'm like, but I still said, but I mean, Usyk is Usyk in boxing. It's boxing rules.
Yeah, you know? He's the GOAT. One of the GOATs.
I still said, Usyk's going to get his groove. But I think what put Usyk off is Rico's constant movement and distant management, because in the kickboxing they use their footwork a lot more, moving out, more range, coming in, and he would smother him a lot. So when he would close, it's a common thing in kickboxing. When you close, you tie up, and you, if you're the bigger guy, tie up and make the smaller guy tired. So he would do that, and then I think Usyk was a bit like Verhoeven's his movement and timing was a lot more jittery because of the kickboxing style.
So that style? Is that how kick? Is that
well, not all of them. It's all different styles, but it's a common thing. Because you're constantly moving and you're worrying about kicks. You're checking kicks, moving the head, whatever. There's a lot more. Whereas boxing, your feet are flat. A lot more flat, and you just moving the head. Exactly, it's a lot different. That's why. I think he struggled to adjust to that, which eventually he did, obviously. But they struggled
in my opinion, I don't think Usyk won a round. For me, it was mind blowing. I mean,
and also I think the fact that I think maybe they overlooked him a little bit.
100%.
They overlooked Verhoeven a little bit.
You know, as from a guy that's fought boxing and kickboxing, I think if from Rico's perspective, I mean, I've watched his fights, and he's fought some serious guys, and the way those guys take knees, elbows.
That's the other thing. Yeah. He's able to his ability to endure so much.
That's what I'm saying.
It's Usyk was not going to fluster him with much.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, he's getting kicked by the best guys in the world, getting kneed.
Yeah.
And also, he would also fight 3 fights in a night,
That's
which is
saying.
although their title fights are not 5 rounds, but when you have Grand Prix fights, it's 3 fights of 3 minutes. 3 rounds or 3 minutes. So you're fighting 9 rounds, and it's kickboxing as well. It's exhausting.
Exactly.
There's a reason you only fight 5 rounds in K1.
Exactly.
Because it's so exhausting.
So the way I see it, someone like him coming into the ring with someone like Usyk, who's actually a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
With 10 ounce gloves from a cruiserweight, he's not going to be enough to put Rico off.
He wasn't too phased about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's so crazy to me that a kickboxer with 1 boxing fight had the blueprint to almost beat Usyk.
Yeah.
Just when you think you know the fight game, stuff like that.
Yeah,
happens.
I would never have thought that ever.
Yeah,
I would never have thought it ever.
For me, being involved with kickboxing like you and MMA in the gym, non-side of the MMA, when you're a purist, you don't understand the ability of the MMA and kickboxing guys. You don't understand the ability of they're dangerous.
Yeah,
they're
100%. Yeah.
But for this one time, I thought to myself, like, it's not going to, with Rico, it's not going to translate to Usyk, but it did.
Anybody that asked me, they said, don't you think he's going to put him off? Because, I mean, he's so big and Usyk's a bit smaller than him and he's, all these. And I was like, I don't think Usyk is so good. Like, in boxing, he's just so good. How?
Exactly.
But, I mean,
Exactly.
It's like, I just feel like, in some certain athletes or fighters, you're just made for the sport.
100%.
You can just we know Don personally. For me, if he went into boxing, he would have been a multiple world champion. If he went into karate, he would have been a karate world.
For sure.
He's just made for that. The same as another example, Alex Pereira. He's just able to go to MMA and do so well. The same as Israel Adesanya. It's like, I just feel you're just made for that sport.
For sure. Some guys just have it. No, awesome guys. I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us, Wade. Thank you for coming on as a guest. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would just like to thank Core Content for the producing and editing of my videos. Really appreciate it. And thanks, guys. See you at the next one.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.